Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Earth Experience with Kalina Angell. Are you ready to fall in love with the Earth Experience? Are you aware of the divine soul that you are and why it is that you came here to have the Earth experience? You were born in the 3D. Now you are ascending into the fifth dimensional being that you are. Divine Creator on Earth, welcome to this experience. Welcome to this show.
Hello, everybody. So it is Kalina Angell, and you are listening to the Earth Experience. And for many of you listeners out there, you know I would be back relaunching my show after quite a long hiatus in my mind in the radio world on October 4th. But I'm feeling really good today, and I decided, what the hell? Why not have a show? It would be awesome. So it may be a little shorter than usual. I will have my official relaunch week. But for now, we're going to have a wonderful live show, a very wonderful special guest, love of my life, too, Rob here, who most of you guys know. So Rob Gauthier, for anybody that doesn't know who he is, he channels the benevolent, sweet, fifth density Treb and Aridif, reptilian hybrid humanoid, from the star system, and then he also channels ancient Pleiadian Aridif, who is a sixth density being who has mastered love knowledge. And a lot of you have been digging into the material as well as our fun-loving, beloved Trevi, as I like to call him. So without further ado, Rob Gauthier, would you introduce yourself? Say hi.
Hello, everybody, and thanks, for having me on the show. It's wonderful to be on the show. I wanted to introduce myself for those of you who might not be aware. My thoughts here. She did a perfect announcement, so she pretty much pegged it in the head. And the only thing I guess I can have in addition, I've been channeling for a couple of years now. Treb's been the one I've mostly until the last 2 years, and in the last 2 years, I have started extending outward. The very first secondary or opposite entity of Treb that I was through Treb, and Treb actually channeled them in the one book, Jefferson Bastardi, Benevolent Reptilian Hybrid Human, and when he channeled, and it's a rough name to get through. When he started channeling and connecting to other people, he met Aridif about Chapter 7, Part 2, about 420 pages in the book, and it was the most profound pages, and I struggled for that reconnect Aridif, but he doesn't function quite like Treb does, where you could just call him up and he'd say, hey, let's get your number. And now Aridif's coming in a lot more frequently, a lot more clearly, a lot more diligently, and sharing huge information with us, a lot of cutting edge, a lot of in-depth stuff. So I'm happy to be connecting to Treb as own Aridif more recently. So.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of books, that you and Aridif are hardworking on a wonderful book. Did you want to share any information, or is that top secret, right?
Well, the contents are top secret, but what it's about, I'm more than happy to share. Aridif and myself are working on this, and it's actually not a conventional material where we go through and transcribe audio channeling like I did with the other books. This is a awakened channeling or a channeling book where I connect to Aridif. He's giving me downloads, I write them down, and then we go back through, and whatever, see, conscious channeling is a little different. Trance channeling, the information comes real time.
Yeah. When
you're getting downloads in a conscious channel state, at least the conscious channeling that I'm at right now, they give you a bunch of information to kind of transcode it yourself, and then go back through. Then he's in real time correcting certain words or adding or taking away information if I added too much information or not the right information.
Yeah.
And then the second time goes through. So far, we're into midway Chapter 1 of the book, which is going to be about galactic history. And there's going to be several books from the way he's talking that encompasses galactic history, universal, constant Earth history. What did he say it would be? Like
a little bit of more information in the Akashic records, what they are, what they're not. It's going to be really amazing. He's already been getting into the whole twin soul concept too, which is completely different from how I think of twin souls. So it's very exciting information. People don't know that Aridif is actually kind of a teacher friend of Treb. Just this connection there. I also wanted to say that this is part of the Earth Experience Enlightenment Evolution Network. Rob is the creator of it. And before I forget, we have a little disclaimer that we are now saying that in all the shows, including mine, that any of opinions expressed on here, any guests, hosts, whatever it is, not necessarily in resonance or opinions of the Enlightenment Evolution Network, which is funny because Rob and I were joking the other day that in our own shows, I mean, I can listen back and go, really didn't have a belief system anymore. So it's funny how, we have so many wonderful topics and so many wonderful hosts and guests. We have a plethora of things for everybody to choose. We're working on getting 2 shows a day every day, so you can really take in the energy. We even have a new show coming up from Piper, who's a dear friend of Rob's, that has to do disclosure. What's it called? Disclosure Now.
Disclosure Now.
That's coming up this Saturday?
This Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be the first guest.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this, but I used to be a big, and still am, sometimes host fan, so I was like, yay, more, So I think that'll be really fun, a little bit more heated, but just different energies, everybody. So I'm very, very excited about that. because I know Costa Cola helped bring me back into my spiritual roots when I was down for a while. So, and I know that the Pied's going to have his own take on things. And while I'm not a very poo person, he's going to go over that. So anybody who loves to sink their teeth to that really is like super action-oriented, steer away. I think you're really going to love this. Totally out there like, oh gosh, Kalina, a little airy-fairy. Even though I try to get Earth experience, try to keep it down to Earth, there's, still that kind of star-seedy stuff that comes through in me, So, like, I just think it'll be really fun. I just want to, I'm just reeling right now. If I seem like all over the place, it's because my health has been going up. I have these little things up and down. As many of you know, I was in the hospital for quite some time. I have been in hiatus. I'm going to give you all of that story next on the 24th in the first hour. And in the second hour, we are to bring Rob back and have him channel Aridif more in depth. So for those of you that want to also, because we're going to also have channeling both Treb and or Aridif, whoever you guys want to ask questions to, just call 347-308-788, and if you want to ask a question, dial 1. And you can also call in on Skype too, sweetie. So if anybody doesn't have a phone, or if you're international, because I love to hear people from all over the world, what is that they can do?
Well, the easiest way, if you're looking for an international means and you're trying to call from overseas, the best way is to sign up for a Blog Talk Radio account on radio.com. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's free. And then you go to where you would be listening to this, whether it's the Earth Experience with Kalina Angell on Facebook or the Enlightenment Evolution Network page, which I don't know if I remember to blast on, but either way, you come to those pages, link, and then when you have the window up in your computer, there should be a Skype button attached. You click the Skype button, it will link your computer Skype call directly through to the line, and that's how you can call. If long distance is an issue, it won't have to be.
Yes. So, I see a couple of callers on the line already. Of course, we blasted this out and decided it's the last second. I'm like, hey, I feel well to do a full show. I'm not just going to give a short message and do a replay. We just thought this would be really fun, We just got back from New Buffalo. We had like a miniature kind of vacation day, and we were out on Lake Michigan, and I was amazed because, I had moved from Long Beach, California a year ago, and I was seeing it so badly. I lived on Naples Island. I could walk down to the end in minutes. It's like, oh, I miss it. It's the most beautiful place. There's like I was breathing. And then Rob told me, hey, sweetie, we have that look a lot like the ocean. It's beautiful. It might not be your Boom Beach, but he was right. It's just gorgeous. Rob's probably going to post some pictures. So if you have them on Facebook, we'll be showing that it is beautiful. If anybody's looking for a place in this area, I highly recommend New Buffalo. It's beautiful there. It's just wonderful.
Anyone who's been to the Great Lakes, so I think that they're not going to be able to really comprehend it unless they're there themselves, because most people think of even Big Lake, you see most of the other side of the lake with your bare eyes. Go 10 miles out and not see anything but water. It's literally, 100 miles plus wide, and that's how big of a lake. Just gigantic. It's like a miniature ocean.
It really is. I'm flying over it, not with my arms, obviously. I know my last name's Angel, so it could be a little deceiving, but I was in a plane. I was doing it the 3D style, and it just for get across. It was amazing. I was like, my gosh, and the waves tonight, my gosh, just amazing, really. Yay, I'm seeing callers pop on. I'm very excited.
Well, there's more than one Great Lake in Michigan. Lake Michigan's the one that borders the western part of the state and eastern part by Chicago.
Yeah.
Lake Superior, Ontario, Huron, Erie.
Yeah.
All of them but Lake Erie touch surround the state of Michigan.
And Nora Harold, Lake Michigan is actually a portal, correct?
Got a huge vortex right in the middle of, or right on the Chicago, close to the Chicago side of Lake Michigan, so it's huge there.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It was very healing for me because, I was living in great, what I think is spiritual Mecca. I know some people consider it kind of a near Tinseltown, as they call it, but I love it all. I loved everything about Long Beach, LA. I loved the, Hawaii, or just, walking on the ocean and all of, I love the nature that's there, and I love the city life. I just love it all, and it was just wonderful to take a little bit of the roots and see what Michigan has to offer. So, and I promise, plugging anybody in, the tourists, those who work for tourism in Michigan, the economy in Michigan, none of them tell us, hey, why don't you? No, it's really beautiful here. That was a wonderful experience for me. So thank you, baby, for taking me out.
Thank you for coming.
And I have to say, when you're not feeling well enough to push yourself to go out and do things you're excited, it really does make a huge difference. Here I'm back into Aridif and Treb. Is there anything else you want to add? Any exciting information or?
Aaron Newman did a show with Treb and Aridif last. It was their first week on Pyramid One Network. Mm-hmm. Great show about oneness. I think up to date, Brad Johnson, Martin Horst, Victoria Vibes, all done amazing interviews, and that one's right up there with it. That's definitely on the top 5 interviews of all times with Treb and Aridif. Spent the majority of time there. I'm excited about Aridif, and I know that most people, but that we've done together, I never, for like the last 2 years, I might get every 5th session I hear, I learn a brand new fact, but the whole I've been learning things, and that excites me. So this is just, love it. Exciting.
Well, I think a lot of us have been feeling that pull, especially toward Aridif. We all love Treb. He's like perfect with all love, energy, getting into those roots, but I'm feeling like a lot of the collective is just craving knowledge, creating new information. We're still chewing on, we get the idea of how we create reality, and then the whole thing about law of attraction, all of that, but there's so much more stuff, and I know Aridif, I love to get into the history and almost the science, the innards of things. So for anybody who just really wants to know the way things work and all, if you were both kind of, I would like to say mental, like how, like what are the work, kind of like spiritual version of have to like crack it open and see how it works. That's how it feels like when we're around Aridif, because it's like I get to crack open the universe a little bit and see how it works, and you realize we're not as limited as thought. In fact, this is in our DNA. We can actually have these multiple density and dimensional experiences where it's like, hey, we're just going into 4D, but we're able to with other versions of ourselves. So I am seeing quite a few callers come on. What I'm going to do is shorten a little bit. I am going to play the announcements while we fiddle with technology. I'm going to sound a little bit more in the background because I'm going to be talking from the phone and muting and unmuting. So if it gets echoey, do let me know. But I'm best to mute my voice out. But what we're going to do is while I play announcements, we're going to get Rob set up so that he has headphones so that Treb and Aridif will be able to hear better. And I will be in the back of the room taking it from my phone. And I realized in the last show that I did with Rob on his show, it sounded a little distant. So if you can't hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, just tell me to speak up. I'm just trying not to echo too much with you guys. But anyway, I just want to let you know we're going to set up the technology, get the cheers right away. And just so you know, it's one question per person, but if somehow we get through everybody, we can go through the list again. Just make sure you keep your hand up. And the way you have your hand up, I've seen lots of callers. We've seen 2 hands raised. All you have to do is hit 1 on your phone keypad. Dial pad. I couldn't think. I'm all excited. I'm just so happy to be back here. Usually however you put it.
I'm your number 1 fan, and I am
lazy. I love you.
I love you.
All right. So all you have to do is hit 1 on your keypad. If you're on Skype, keypad 2 that pops up, correct?
Yeah, you have to hit the plus button. If you're Skype and you're trying to get the caller, you have to hit number 1.
Yep.
Plus button, then number 1. Sorry.
Plus button and then number 1.
Plus button will bring up a menu, and then you go to dial pad. And then hit that. Then you can go hit number 1, and it'll take you right in.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how the Skype bit works, because I want to hear from all over the country, all over the U.S., all over the world. I just think it's just very exciting to bring the collective, the earth, together as a whole. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is these announcements that I'm going to play are going to give you an idea of all the shows that we have each day. We have upcoming shows. Another one that's in the works that I think Karen Newman, who's one of our hosts and does the announcement. I don't think they're on there yet, but those need to come. But if any of you are involved in, or you have like hybrid children, or you're wanting to connect with families of that degree, stay tuned for that. Very exciting for you. Anybody who wants to get more contact ETs, this is going to be very exceptional for you. And then, of course, disclosure now. So you're going to get a lot of information. If that's,
and resonance and tension,
yeah.
too, with Neil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to be incredible. Of course, for music is my healing, my everything, So I'm just very excited. And so what we'll do in the meantime, play the announcements, we'll get it set up, and we'll be right back. And to hit 1 on your keypad if you want to ask a question. If you want to, from Skype, hit plus and then 1. Correct, sweetie?
Plus, then pad, then 1.
Okay, plus, then dial pad, then 1. All right, guys. See you in just a few minutes.
Hi, this is Karen Newman from the show About Oneness. And here's what's coming up the week starting on Monday, October 13th, until Sunday, October 19th, on the Enlightenment Evolution Network 1 and 2. Simply put, Rob Gauthier, founder of the EEN and the host of the show that started it all, the Enlightenment Evolution Hour, has put together the greatest metaphysical radio network ever. 7 days a week, we have shows that will aid you on your path to enlightenment, evolution, and ascension. On EEN1, Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Heart to Heart Talk Radio with your host, Daniel Scranton. Join Daniel and his featured guests discussing a wide variety of metaphysical topics. Daniel channels the creators, the Hathors, Ophelia the Fairy, and Archangel Michael, and the latest, the Unicorn Collective. Daniel and his guests will take phone calls and questions, and it's sure to generate high-frequency discussions. You can find more about Daniel at his website, danielscranton.com, and also on Facebook. Go to the Events tab on Daniel's website to learn more about Daniel's upcoming events. This week, Daniel's guest will be the lovely channel, Allison Hamilton. On Tuesday at noon, also 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, please join hosts Megan Crandallmeyer and Rachel Archelaus for Radio Inspiration, Expression, and Abundance for their show, Soulfulpreneur. Spiritual business specialists Rachel and Megan will bring you inspiring conversations with people who are living their soul purpose. Frequent guests include psychic mediums, channelers, coaches, artists, and authors. They end every show with psychic readings and business coaching. Your questions about your spiritual business or life purpose journey are welcome. Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, is the show that started it all, the Enlightenment Evolution Hour with host Rob Gautier. Rob channels Treb on the first Wednesday of each month and will take callers' questions. On the third Wednesday, we'll have special guests such as guest channelers and other metaphysical teachers. The other 2 Wednesdays are freestyle call-in shows to discuss whatever callers have on their minds. Tune in to Rob on Wednesday nights, and you can also find him at trebchanneling.com and on Facebook at the Enlightenment Evolution Network group page. Rob has 2 special announcements. Starting on Sundays from September 14th, trebchanneling.com offers hour-long meditation classes. Please go to trebchanneling.com to register. Another project near and dear to Rob's heart is the much-anticipated sequel to the groundbreaking film Tuning In, called Tuning In Now. The movie will feature channelers such as Daryl Anka and Bashar, Lee Carroll and Cryon, and our very own Rob Gautier and Treb. Tuning In Now will explore the amazing work of today's top channels and how they are helping to awaken the consciousness of the planet. The film is in fundraising stages at the moment, and with a contribution for as little as $15 all the way up to $50, you can help make sure that this film is made. Please go to Indiegogo.com, that's Indie, I-N-D-I-E, Gogo, G-O-G-O.com, and type in the search Tuning In Now 2. That's the number 2. Tuning In Now with the number 2. On Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, join host Philip Malika with the Consciousness Evolution Hour. Join Philip and his special guests and co-hosts as they discuss the shift, ascension, timelines, metaphysical concepts, and the 5th dimension. Find Philip at the Consciousness Evolution 2.0 group page on Facebook and on YouTube. On Friday, The Earth Experience with your host, Kalina Angell, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. The Earth Experience explores our soul's expansion through our human experience on Earth. Kalina will help you to navigate and expand through the exciting confusions that we are manifesting as new 5D beings. On Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, is my show About Oneness. About Oneness is a weekly radio program focused on celebrating the ongoing conscious awakening of our planet and our realization of oneness. I'm an American originally from Charleston, South Carolina, now living in Europe, The Hague, the Netherlands. I'm an integrated channel, medium, Reiki master, and metaphysical teacher. I have a varied and diverse background, including that of being a singer, dancer, writer, as well as working in the sport, nutrition, and fitness world. As a channel, I bring forward the information of my non-physical guides called Theos, whose message is always that of oneness and unconditional love. This show for me is about integrating all of my experiences and following my highest excitement, which is tapping into the truth of the universe. If you would like to find more about me and my show and my upcoming guests, as well as see many videos and channelings and teachings, you can go to aboutoneness.com. On the Enlightenment Evolution Network 2, join host Victoria Vives every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, hosting Earth, Sky, People Radio, your bridge between heaven and earth. Subjects will include planet Earth becoming part of an intergalactic society, star seeds and extraterrestrial life, living in oneness with one another, with Mother Earth, and with life beyond the Earth, the Interstellar Alliance, also known as the Galactic Federation of Life, music, frequency and sound healing, question and answer interviews, shamanism, ancestral wisdom and the star nations, self-sustainative and regenerative living, and much, much more. Her guest this week will be Greg Alexander. Victoria and Greg will be offering live chakra tuning during the show. Please go to victoriavives.com/radio, where she has details about the show and the network. On Saturday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, the Pied Piper and Texas Rebel hosting the show Disclosure Now. Disclosure Now is the On the Edge of Our Seats show that covers all topics of disclosure, from the world's most famous and obscure UFO cases. Pied Piper started his journey in Michigan in 1993 as a preteen seeing Bigfoot and never could get enough and investigating all things paranormal. Texas Rebel is a wild Texas man who loves the same journey and has studied these things for years. Join them as they cover all things in the human experience that just cannot be answered by anyone. On Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific, starting on November 22nd, is The Resonance Intention, hosted by Neil and Sol Gar. The Resonance Intention show is dedicated to all things frequency and vibration. They will showcase conscious musicians who infuse frequency into their music and have set out to uplift and raise the vibration of humanity through their music. They will have in-depth conversations with various artists about their passion, purpose, and personal journey that led them to where they are now. Additionally, they will routinely have guests on the topics of free energy, technology, and other quantum modalities, technologies that are coming into existence now. The Resonance Intention is a platform for artists, musicians, and inventors to increase awareness of their personal approach in order to contribute to the paradigm shift that we are currently within. And remember, you never have to miss any show from the Enlightenment Evolution Network 1 or 2. All shows are available to listen to again immediately after they air on playback. All right, back to the show.
All right. All right, everybody, we are back. Kalina's going to guys in 1 second. This is the Earth Experience. Your host, Kalina Angell, and tonight I'm a special co-host.
And I am your host. This is the voice of Kalina Angell. So, what we're going to do for those of you that are just back and joining us, we are going to be having Rob Gothier, wonderful channeler, love of my life, channel the entities, both Treb and Aridif. And so for those of you that want to ask Treb or Aridif a question, or if you just want to chat with him for a little bit, we are asking one question per person. If we have enough time, we'll roll it back around for another question, but I just want to make sure everybody gets a question, or if you have just a comment that you want to make with them, that's also fine too. So the number, the area code is 347-308-8788. You can call any time and just press 1 on your keypad. If you're calling in from Skype, just, what was it again, sweetie? You hit the plus button. The plus button.
And then dial pad.
Dial pad and 1. See, I'm learning it myself. I always call in from the phone, so. All right, so what you're going to hear from Rob is he's going to do his special oming, and I know that depending on who comes in first, the oming sounds slightly different, which is amazing. They both sound amazing. But the first thing he's going to do is he's going to neutralize before he gets to that amazing oming that many of us have heard, and he's just going to get centered, and then he's going to go directly into the oming. So it looks like he's started to go into his neutralizing phase right now. So what I'm going to do, I am overly excited right now, so I'm going to take some deep breaths, and I invite you all to breathe with me. Although excitement is great for him channeling, what this does is when he neutralizes, it helps him to not be so filtery. It helps to get the information more clearly. The style of channeling that he's going to be doing right now is actually trans-channeling. So the energy, the essence of these entities are actually going to come through, use his body as a host. And even though there's mechanisms for, translating, there's parts of Rob that's translating the information, it's a more pure, clear way for him to do that by neutralizing first. So let's take some deep breaths together, shall we? Be thinking about that thing, that one thing that you've just really been wanting to connect to. What is it you want to talk about? And realize that these entities are a part and an extension of yourself. Because all of the answers can be found within ourselves. So anything that they talk to you about is simply going to be an aspect of you in its own way talking back to you. And of course, anything that you hear, you want to listen to your own heart, because that's the center that's going to know what resonates for you. And I know when it comes to Aridif and Treb, for me, it's right on. But you're going to know and you're going to feel it, that connection and what's right for you. And that's one thing that we're learning right now, is to trust ourselves, to trust our intuition, to trust our connection. So just feel in your heart what it is you truly want to ask or talk about, and realize that this is another aspect of you. Ready? All right. So Rob is nicely neutralized. You're going to be hearing some oming. Feel free to om with him if you would like. And just remember, if you want to have a specific entity, if you want to talk to Treb or Aridif, or if you want to say whoever it is that wants to answer, they may even both come in and answer. So just enjoy and feel free.
All right. Actually, yeah. All right, 1 second, guys, and we're about ready to start here. Okay, just got to take a drink real fast. Got to connect this wire on my headset. 1 second. All right, thank you too again, Kalina, for the wonderful intro and the breathe. It's very important, guys, to keep yourself centered. If you're asking about your personal self, the reflection will always be the same vibration that you bring the question to them with. So thank you. All right, is that any better? Sound quality. Is that better for the sound quality? All right. We'll see how that goes. Is that better? All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that the technology is clearer before we go, so you can hear every word. I noticed it was skipping out because I can hear from the phone.
All right. Does that sound better?
Yes, I heard every word there. So, all right. We are good to go.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks, sweetie.
All right. We're going to go. All right.
Greetings to you all, my Aridif. This is Aridif, is it spelled. We understand that you have us here so that we answer the questions of your desire. We are ready whenever.
Hi, Aridif. Thank you for being with us tonight.
You are very welcome and you are loved.
You are very loved, too. For anybody who's out there listening, forgive me if I have a little bit of a time delay. There's a little bit of a lag, so if you experience that, hopefully that'll catch up soon. So I just wanted to say thank you again for being here tonight. And before we get into questions, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about something that is of the topic of the Earth experience itself, and what you feel energetically right now is good for us to know about ourselves that explores the topic of the Earth experience.
Yes, we understand this request, and it is very exciting to see all of your specific presentation of consciousness outwardly upon your planet of the Earth collective conscious planet Earth. We welcome you to the fourth density. Now, what we speak of in this realm of meaning, specific realm of topics, and the specific realm of conversation is one simple concept: to know yourself. Fairness, you are able to find great synchronicities in life, or lack synchronicities in life that push you in a direction that can be very exciting. What we mean by this is when you are excited to be in existence, when you are excited to experience your own existence, synchronicities will align you with more excitements to find in each moment. When you lack excitement, you will begin to lack synchronicities, and still, if you desire, if your heart is ready to see it in this way, you may still have excitements. Many people, many entities, many teachers have taught you that only through happiness may you find growth and expansion. This is not true. What you can find is expansion in all things. This is what we wish to express to you. In your experience, through all things, you may expand. Expansion, by definition, is the growth of oneself inward and outwardly. The only way that your outwardly matters is if your inward has begun to expand also. You will never notice an expansion on the outside if you have not seen it inside first. This is the true excitement that we have in sharing co-creations with your experience. Living upon Earth can be very limiting in many ways, with perceptions, with capabilities of consciousness integration and consciousness manifestation, but what we tell you is one thing: you are always manifesting, you are always integrating consciousness, you are always experiencing. For the Oversoul, in its design, in all possibilities, the Oversoul only desires and requests one thing. This is experience. Experience in all things small, experience in all things large. The Oversoul is quite indifferent in its desires to experience. Whatever you wish to have, enjoy what you have created. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Aridif. And that's amazing. And I feel like also as I'm expanding and opening myself up truly to having the Earth experience, I'm finding this beautiful, unique, there's a certain quality to it that somehow feels unique, even though anywhere we've incarnated, any whatever planet, whatever dimension, density we're on, they all have their own unique qualities. But the way that a human experiences, there's just this wide emotional gamut. There's just so many things to pick from, and so even with this perceived limitation that we have, it truly does have this really unique element to it. We truly find who we really are if we allow it, especially when we can grow up in a culture or society that tells us to be something else, or even tries to tell us who we are, And when we decide to truly live in our excitement and explore who we are, even with whatever society may say, and it's fine if we do, if we choose to, I find it very exciting. And I just wanted to share that and thank you for that, because I feel like a lot of us listening out there, we are finding our true excitement. We are finding out who we truly are, and it's just a beautiful time to be in. It can feel chaotic at times, but it really does produce a lot of experience. So I think probably, I can't speak for the Oversouls, but I think the Oversouls having a really good time with the Earth Collective, and that's something to feel really wonderful about. We have a plethora of experiences here.
Yes, and what we wish to add to this is that compliance is a prerequisite of co-creating in this collective consciousness. There are compliances that need to happen when it comes to social interactions in your belief of the co-creative collective. There are compliances that are needed to be with one's perceptions, one's designs, one's heart's wishes. But also, this is not true. The Earth Collective Consciousness has accepted that you must comply with others so that you may feel as if you are fitting in. But there is no fitting in. One truth is not all truths. We have always expressed this. Treb and Aridif has always expressed this. What we wish to express to you is that your truth is relevant to yourself, that any compliance that you do has nothing to do with any concept besides your own heart's resonance. If you comply with your heart resonance, with your excitements in your existence, compliance to external anomalies are not necessary. And this is what we have always tried to express to all who we have co-created with. Earth Collective Consciousness, as we have co-created with for several thousand years in your prehistoric times leading to the now time, we have always expressed the same message. Compliance is not necessary to co-create. The only compliance that is truly important is that of your own heart's resonance. We will say this once again. Compliance is not mandatory in your system. It is only mandatory to your heart's resonance and your own excitements. Thank you again. You are loved.
Aw, you are loved too, Aridif. Yeah, I know for me, I'm learning I want to have compliance with my own heart. So, anyway, I see quite a few questions. So are you ready to take some questions, Aridif?
We are ready whenever you are. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And for any of you guys that are there, is Treb with us tonight as well, Aridif? If anybody wants to ask Treb a question?
Treb and Aridif is always available for connection to the Earth Collective, especially that of Rob. In this moment, he is ready to connect if you desire.
Oh, wonderful. So for those of you that want to speak to Treb or Aridif, or if you want to address the question to both, feel right ahead. And once again, I request one question per person so we can make sure that everybody gets a chance. All right, so without further ado, we'll start with 312. Who do we have with us, 312?
Hello, this is Patrick from Chicago. I had a session with...
Hi.
Hello. I had a session with Rob before. It's very nice meeting you, Kalina. He told me a lot about you.
Oh, yes. I think I know exactly which Patrick you are. I'm very, very excited to hear your voice.
It's so synchronistic that I would be talking right now. I, in fact, know exactly what I want to ask and everything. It is very funny how I came about having my question and stuff. It fits in perfectly with everything that's going on.
Oh, my gosh, wonderful. Well, do you have a question for Treb or Aridif or both?
Both of them can chime in and say whatever they wish about my particular question.
Sure.
It's basically a question, but it's a topic of general discussion. I understand that people have an oversoul, and when they come here in life, they have a specific purpose or reason for being here. But what can human beings do to be more like that unique version of them? Like, what about that version of them? What different traits do they have that people do not normally show? such as is the true unique self does that self not show fear and things like that? Like, what can we do to be more like that unique version of ourselves and connect more with that?
Yes, we understand the question. We will take your query. It is very exceptional to speak to you, Patrick. We understand who you are, what your energy is, and how you have co-created with both Rob, Treb, or Yitney before. We send you great amounts of love, and we wish to answer your question very simply. To allow the most special portions of yourself, your most self versions of yourself to shine through, doing what excites you is all that is mandatory. When you are living your existence, when you believe that something is very exciting, this excitement is brought to you. It is brought to you through a subatomic particle of communicative capability of the Oversoul to your fractalized consciousness. Many things that you have learned, many of your beliefs have hampered these communications from the Oversoul to your fractal consciousness, but what we can do to help these flow more greatly is to tell you this, that when you become excited of any one thing, to place all of your energy in it in that moment without regard for the next moment or without regret for your past moment. This is the most acceptable way to have these perfect versions of yourself shining through. You have a great personality that is separate from all other entities, but in seeing this, you also must remind yourself that you are also a portion of all that is. When you are able to find this true balance between your own singular consciousness and your own connection to all that is, and then act upon your excitements, your true fractalized consciousness will then be able to show the world what it is there for. It will be able to show you what your plan is. It will be able to lead you to a path with the least amount of resistance. We congratulate you for creating your reality in the way that is exciting and in the way that has been most positive in your own perceptions in this recent times. You are loved.
Okay, thank you.
You are very welcome.
Oh, Patrick, it's so exciting to hear from you, too, and I loved your question. Thank you so much for asking that. Cause I know
have had a lot of things going on in my life recently as far as, like, ups and downs, but the positives have been really positive, and the low times have been really low, but now I'm, like, balancing out some more positive things happening more often. So it's wonderful to see all these different changes. A lot of, changes and transformation has been going on within my life. So it is very exciting.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've heard the Three Waves show that I think I replayed it last week. I think that would be something very interesting as far as the highs and lows go, because I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
There's definitely been that, and, of course, the whole, a lot of people feel the Mercury in retrograde energy, but truly, I think this is ultimately it's a wonderful time to be in. But I want to thank you for your call, and do keep in touch. We love you very much, Patrick.
Okay, I love you all as
wonderful.
Well too.
Yes. Aw. Oh, that is just wonderful. Okay. Before I get to the next caller, Aridif, this is a funny thing for you guys to know. Sometimes when Rob is channeling predominantly Treb, he'll get hot, and then sometimes when Aridif comes in, he'll get cold. So Aridif, if you feel Rob's body uncomfortable anytime, if you get cold, please let me know, and I'll shut off the air.
We are quite simple.
Oh, good. All right, so we will go to the next caller. 404. Who do we have with us? 404.
Hi, this is Annie.
Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm just so happy to be on early. Did you have a question for Treb or Aridif?
Yeah, I do have a question, and I would like to address it to both of them. So whoever wants to answer first, and then if Treb or Aridif have anything additional to add on to it. So
absolutely. Go right ahead.
Thanks. So my question is regarding a very strange phenomenon that happened back in India when I was very young. Like many years ago, I was in school. So what happened was it was a festival time, and during that particular day, it was just a ritual when people go to temples and they offer milk. They basically bathe the idol of Lord Ganesha and Lord Shiva with milk. And all of a sudden, this rumor started out, and it was not really a rumor. It was like in newspapers and TV, and people started going to the temple in huge numbers to do this, to see this phenomena, and it started happening in people's homes too. So what started happening is the idols, they actually started consuming the milk. And I did it in my own home. I had a small little idol of Ganesha that was a metal idol, and I took a spoon of milk and I held it near his trunk, and the milk was gone in a minute. So later on, there was a lot of controversy about it. Some scientists on the TV said that it was just leaking through some place. Maybe there were cracks in the idols and things like that. So scientists had their own reasons and stuff like that. But people who really went to the temples and who really did it in their homes, they saw it happening with their own eyes. And yesterday, while I was driving in the car, all of a sudden this thing just came to my mind. This image just popped up, and I thought that I have to ask this question to Treb and Aridif, that what was that phenomenon all about?
Yes, we understand your question, we understand your query, and the greatest answer that we can provide is this, that in your country, the belief around these deities is very strong. There is much power that is given to the entities in symbolism through your statue. What is happening is during the time, one entity was able to manifest on a higher degree than those around them. They were able to produce a living and co-creating entity from this statue. There are many entities who falsified information and gave non-truths to the public. Once this happened, this was a belief system that all around could manifest the same thing, so they were able to experience the true co-creation of these entities ingesting this milk. So what we are saying is one entity had a very profound experience. Many entities were lying about their experience, but the ones who lied, plus the original one who told the truth, were able to cause a ripple effect of co-creation with beliefs that were so strong on a mass scale that the Indian Hindu co-creative collective consciousness was able to co-create and interact with these entities. This is what happened during this time. All of your minds are powerful. When you link them to similar vibrational minds with similar beliefs and create a new co-creation of collective consciousness, then anything is possible. Now that you are in the fourth density, this power can only be expressed into higher degrees. So let us make you assured that you are loved and that you are a powerful creator. Thank you.
Thanks. So is there any reason why that happened only on that particular day? It never ever happened after that?
There are many reasons why. The specific festival day is a representation of something very high and holy to the Hindu collective. And when you are doing this specific day, the energy of excitement is high. It is ripe. The next day is a crashing of excitement. So in that day, excitement and less restriction equals amazing capabilities of co-creating manifestations. This is why on the holy day you are able to experience a co-creation and a manifestation on such a high degree and big scale, and on other days you are not able to experience this. This is why your specific India co-creative collective consciousness in that moment was very simultaneously linked, one entity loving one another. These two deities in the idols that you have spoken of are very highly loved by your collective consciousness. All who praise these deities, all who send love to these deities, gave the symbolism of who they are in the statue, the power and ability to do this. This is what your co-creative abilities are capable of. Imagine, if you can, if you desire to imagine, that all entities upon Earth's co-creative collective consciousness were to express in one day, we wish to clean up all things that we have dirtied upon this planet. We wish to stop all wars at once. You would create this, plus you would create more. You are this powerful as a collective consciousness. Even the small amount of one country, of one religion, was able to take a statue and make it absorb liquids through a manifestational property that bends the laws of the Earth co-creative collective. Once all of you agree on one thing, you will receive it. Thank you, and you are loved.
Interesting. Thanks so much for that detailed explanation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Annie, also wanted to say I remember reading about that and getting very excited as
really?
I myself am very embedded, in the Hindu culture. I actually ran a very, very, very big Indian social group when I was living in Los Angeles. And yes, and so this is very exciting to me, and I'm also thinking of the symbolism of this, that, Ganapati, also known as Ganesha, is the remover of obstacles. And so here we are coming into where more and more of the lack and the veils are being lifted. So I think it's very beautiful that of all the deities, that it could be Ganesha, and the collective having this experience of it is, I find very exciting and amazing, because as you know, Ganesha is always the one that Hindus go to often first. Like you see a Bollywood movie, that's the first thing you see, the first god you pray to. So it's just amazing. I find it just wonderful. So I'm so glad you brought that up.
I was actually wondering if it has to do anything with alien things or not, but it seems it doesn't have to do anything with alien entities, but rather with our own collective consciousness. It's very interesting to know.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for your call. That just takes me home. All right. Well, we send you our love, and as Aridif always says, you are loved, and thank you for your call.
My love to both of you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. The next caller we have is the 313 area code. Who do we have with the 313?
Hello, this is Dwight.
Hi, Dwight. How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Do you have a question for Treb or Aridif tonight?
Yes. My question is, where am I at in my cycle at this moment?
Which cycle are you referring to?
That's what I'm kind of asking about.
Yes, let us express that with your energy we are able to read many things. All of the Earth collectives are going through independent cycles. You are all going through co-creative cycles. But let us express what it is in your energy. Right now, if you are looking at the three-way probability that was being spoken of earlier in this evening, we will express to you. Right now, you are in the midst of bringing up old belief systems. You are being challenged very frequently by these belief systems so that you may overcome them. You are also portions of your own growth cycle, which is in the phase of being able to have self-realizations. You will not be able to have these self-realizations until you are able to find and access the absolute most resonating belief systems that you have and help overcome the most resistant ones that you have. When you are looking through your own consciousness for those that resist, try to find out what it is in them that makes you resist. When you are looking at the ones that are setting your consciousness free, then use these more frequently. Incorporate these into your own specific collective consciousness, and this will help you. If you are looking for cycles, independent numbers, all of these things, we do not associate any variance when it comes to human entities of what cycle, what color, what number that you are, because all of these are labels. Each one of you are so vastly different from one another that each of you are having several 100,000 layers of energy intertwined between chakra points, between physical to non-physical, and between consciousness of oversoul to fractalized consciousness, to higher self-consciousness, back into your existence that you are in this day. But Although you are so vastly different from all those who are next to you, you are this much or more the same as they are. You are connected to all around. You may use these entities, who are only projections of your internal consciousness, to co-create experiences that teach you more greatly, that teach you how to take external environment to use to help change your internal environment, which in exchange, again, changes your external environment, if this makes sense to you.
Yeah, that last part gave me, yeah.
Let us express. Yes, expressions of self-manifestations, all things that are outside of you originally come from within. When you see something outside of you that does not resonate with you, it only means that something inside of you will not resonate. A belief system is blocking this. When you identify what is outside of you that does not resonate, you may approach this own portion within you, this own variance within yourself to change. And once you change this, then the entity who is standing outside of you that once came into an apprehensive state or into a restrictive state will now become a synchronicity. It will become an expansive tool. It will become one that helps you overcome further adversities. This is what we are expressing, and we also wish to express that in which we express to all that you are loved. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dwight, for your call. And I love you too. So I appreciate your question, and we're with you on that. We're all on our path. So thank you again for your call.
I appreciate it.
Oh, oops, sorry. I accidentally muted you before you got done. I'm sorry about that, Dwight. Okay, so next caller, 503. Who do we have with us, 503?
Hey, Kalina, it's Aaron.
Who's it?
Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to get to talk to you guys all tonight.
Oh, we're just having a blast here.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm all giggles right now. We've had an incredible day, and I'm just so happy to have you all on and talking
That's
with
awesome.
Aridif and possibly Treb. Did you have a question for Treb or Aridif tonight?
I did. I just wanted to say first to Treb, a thank you for sharing his story about the water-based moon planet. That the way how he told that story actually helped me with one of my challenges in life not too long ago. And also thank you to Patrick, because I was actually excited as well to hear him. Because yeah, I made a website where a lot of Rob's videos, I just try to make a search database for questions that have been asked. And Patrick's session is one of the ones that have actually been the ones I've watched the most and have helped me a bunch with the questions he's asked.
You're the one that has the conscious the videos that you put up, correct? Did I hear that right?
It's just basically like a search engine for questions that have already been asked from Rob and Bashar's stuff.
Ah, I've seen that. Do you mind plugging it in for just a second, giving everybody your website so they can find it?
Yeah. I didn't mean to market that at all.
Oh, no, that's okay. I knew, but I was like, oh, my gosh, of course everybody's going to want to go on that, too.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a spiritual version of YouTube.
I haven't touched it.
Too. Yes?
I'd love to share it. Haven't touched it in a long time, but it's still got a lot of useful information. It's called ENlightenmentSearch.com. 3 words all together. And
what was that again?
ENlightenmentSearch.com.
Okay, thank you so much. What I'll do is I'll probably have Rob also put that on there, and
sure.
If you need help putting up videos, we'd be happy to help you with that too. I know there's a lot of stuff coming out. It's a lot, so. But yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I know.
sorry to delay you, but I just think that's really exciting, and I'm sure a lot of people.
It was a lot of fun to put together.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of work right now, too, with everything.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of work. That's kind of why I thought.
Well, thank you for sharing that with the collective. That's wonderful. Yeah. And so what we'll do is go ahead and go to your question.
Okay.
What question would you like to ask tonight?
I am pretty indifferent to which other one wants to answer. I would like an answer from anyone with you too. That would be great. My question was, does my higher self have a message for me, or is there something my higher self would like to say to me?
Well, to put this simply, let us express that your higher self always has messages for you. When you find a great excitement, you are being sent a message. When you find something that does not feel right, an unalignment, or perhaps a restriction, your higher self is also sending you a message. To read these messages through your awareness is always important. But if you are asking more specifically, is there something that your higher self wishes to express to you? It does. Through your love state, in these recent times, you have found expansion through the capability of loving all entities. That in this expansion, you have found a great amount about your own self. Through finding this self, the awareness has brought to you a pinnacle of ability to be able to be more sensitive in the psychic nature, to open up more of your crown chakra and third eye chakra. If you wish to put this into use, there are several techniques that you can use to expand yourself to a higher degree. First and foremost, looking into your third eye can be very useful for your own journey. What we suggest is that in a meditative state, pushing your eyes upward into your third eye area, focusing on the feeling of this third eye area, projecting 3 triangles. One of them is upside down, inverted in the indigo fashion. The other is right side up in the middle, and this is a violet fashion, and the one on the right side would be downwards, inverted, and the color of blue. If you're able to manifest this visualization while simultaneously pointing your eyes upwards and feeling the sensations, breathing inward through the nose, externally through the mouth, you will be able to open up more portals within yourself to expand yourself in that love state exponentially. This is the message specifically that it wishes to assign you. But again, we express that being mindful of all communications of higher self is highly suggested for the furtherment of your advancement. You are loved.
Thank you so much, Aridif. Thank you.
Yes.
And I want to thank you for calling in, Aaron.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm assuming you have Rob's email address, correct?
You know what? I don't.
Okay.
I have my Skype though.
I'll make, if it's okay with you, I'll make a note of your number, and if you want us to give you a little help in getting some of the videos up, not just ours, but help with that with the collective. I know I'd love to help you. So
that'd be helpful.
If you're interested in that.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of your number and we'll call you. We'll call you soon. Thank you. We love you.
Love you too.
All right. I just love that. That's so sweet, that sharing with the collective. Okay, so the next number we have, area code 310. Who do we have with us, 310?
Hi, Kalina. It's Sharon McCormick.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm excellent, and I want to say how excited I am that you're so much better. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. It's great. Like, I have these little waves, but they're so small. Everything has just been getting better and better, and I just decided, yesterday, I'm going to start seeing myself as well, and I've had, the best day today and last night that I've had in a very, very long, long time, and thank you so much. All of your love. I've felt every bit of it. Thank you so much.
Well, everyone's been sending love and healing and everything else, so I guess I'm glad it's kicking in. Wow. Whew.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have a question for Treb or Aridif tonight?
I do, either or both.
Okay.
I feel a really strong connection to the civilizations from Sirius, and I just wondered if they can tell me specifically what the connections are and what relevance they have to this life, because, like you, I'm much more excited to be here than I used to be. So,
yes, what we can say of this specific idea is that in your oversoul you have many variations of Syrian energy. Understanding that the Syrian collective consciousness is that of many entities and comprising of many separate races, then you can understand your own expansiveness through your own specific manifestation of communicating with these various fractals. First and foremost, the Syrian entities that appear to be humanoid within Sirius A, these entities are highly connected to you. In your oversoul, there are fractal consciousnesses such as yourself that have varying lengths and degrees from themselves to yours in sleep state. There are also some that are trying to make a higher valid communication with your own self, and the reception of yourself is beginning to align more towards the vibrational quality and vibrational resonance that it is needed to make this connection more clearly. This is one. Two, you have the entities that are known as reptilian entities that exist within Sirius B collective. This is upon the sixth planet within Sirius B that are also highly connected to you. In this sixth planet, these reptilian entities are of a type 2 nature, but they are definitely not in the malevolent category. There are ones that tend to be more benevolent, more loving, more understanding, and more connected. These entities are not communicating with you in varying degrees, but they are sending you great amounts of love, great amounts of connection, and during your sleep state you co-create with them frequently. These are the two from Sirius. Now, how it means and what it concludes to in your own life in this moment are that your expansion within is now manifesting to expansion without. And now that you understand your own connection to yourself, you will be allowed to understand the higher connections of yourself in your oversoul and in all other collective forms. What we can express to you is that as you stay open to your excitement, to your happiness to be here upon this Earth Collective in this moment, you will find out more things that give you connection to entities such as Sirius A and Sirius B. There are many entities that are within your oversoul that continue to contact and try to make contact, and a very small list of these shall be A, Arcturians, B, entities from a star system that is not known to your own human eye, but resides within the Orion constellation, C, an entity that is from the area that is close to the Capellan star in the Argyll constellation, but is not connected to the Capellan system. These entities are ones that are insectoid mixed with reptilian. Then your last connection that we have, that we are able to share in this one moment, is the avian entities that are in the Crux constellation. These four are ones that are at the foremost of your own consciousness integration, excluding those from Sirius A and B. We wish to express to you that you are well connected and you are loved.
Wow. Thank you, Aridif.
And I had a little some question on behalf of Sharon. Are you picking up on any? I know not all entities go by names, but do any of them have any names so that might help her to connect even further that you can pick up on?
The one awareness that these entities are connecting are all that is needed in that moment for the connection. So knowing that you are connected is enough of a connection to start this down the hill, rolling ball that you would call connected probabilities. Know yourself, know your connections, and this should be sufficient.
Aww.
Oh. Wow.
So beautiful. And knowing you, Sharon, you're like one of the most connected people I feel like in your vibration. So
thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That was a lot more than I expected. So thank you very much.
Thank you for calling
later.
Okay,
bye-bye.
We love you. Bye-bye.
I love y'all too. Bye.
Bye. Oh, this is such a fun night. Okay, so the next up we have is Rand.Thor. RAND.THOR. Hi, who do we have with us this evening?
Hello, Kalina. This is David.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's great to hear you fine too.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here. You guys can probably tell. So, do you have any questions for Treb or Aridif?
Yes, whoever wants to answer. Hello,
awesome.
Aridif.
Good evening.
Good evening. I had a session with Treb last month in our time. He told me about my connections with a race called Alkanda, reptilians, and Pleiadians. And I would have a follow-up question. If you can answer this or Treb, I don't know. But since it's concerning both reptilians and Pleiadians, I guess it's fine either way. And I would like to know if those two groups are interested in physical contact with me as well in this lifetime, or if they prefer to remain in telepathic connection only.
Yes, we may address this for you if you desire. The entities that you perceive as Pleiadian will not make a physical connection. The telepathic connection is what they are comfortable with in this specific moment, as most Type 1 entities are only willing to connect in a non-physical state until the entire Earth collective consciousness is willing and available. This will be the answer for the Pleiadians. Now, the reptilian entities that they were speaking of, that yourself and Treb or Yitni have discussed, these entities are more willing to have a physical connection with human beings if the entity is in a vibration that is fitting. Your vibration is raised, your excitement has raised in the past 2 years of your time to a sufficient level enough to begin a process of co-creating that experience if you desire. But there are many blockages that are in your way. Belief systems are one of them. Subconscious fears are one more. Releasing subconscious fears can be very vital to this. Now, what we can tell you of removing subconscious fears is very easy. To make yourself aware of all things when it comes to expressing your excitement of connecting with these entities in a physical manner, and then you will find that feelings will come up of non-resonant nature, that certain ideas will pop in the mind. They will not appear to be fears in the moment, but as you reflect to the questions that they bring, you will notice that these are not based in loving resonance. They are based in a fear within you. Then you are able to track the fear more precisely. Let us give you an example, as Treb or Yitni has always expressed to us, that through examples, humanity finds the clearest resonance. First, let us say that you bring a question to your mind. What will I react like if they are coming to me physically? This is a flag. This is showing a question that comes from a fear of how you will react. Then you are able to look into this specific idea and concept, looking at what can cause this fear. Looking deeper into yourself, being honest with yourself is essential, and then expressing, I have not experienced this before. Many things are scary that I have not experienced. Then you look to one question. How can I remove this negative belief system, this limiting belief system that I have? What I can do is begin to express to myself through a mantra state, I can resonate with all unknowns. I can resonate with all unknowns. Using this in a mantra style and meditation can exponentially expand the power of this energy through intent, through the non-physical states that you would call chakras, to be able to manifest more clearly and defined that your desire is higher than your amount of fear, and that your overexcitement can overpower any fear within you, and you will be able to take steps more so into forwarding your expectational removals and your own excitements.
Thank you very much, Aridif. I will do this.
Yes, and you are very welcome, and I wish to express that you are loved.
You are loved as well. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I love you too.
I love you too.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right. We have a couple more callers. Is it okay if we take them? Awesome. I am very excited to see this next caller. I can already tell who it is, also known as Lap Chicken's mom, Jessica. Hello.
Lap Chicken's mom. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a little scary. My poor child.
Yes.
How you feeling?
For you listening, she really does have a lap chicken.
Long story that goes on with that one, but
yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I am just feeling sparkling right now, just on cloud 9, whatever number it is.
Good, I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
So, can I have a chat with my Yit friend? Not that I feel bad about pushing Aridif aside, but it's so late I can't be cerebral right now. I'm so serious and cerebral. I can't, and I just took melatonin, so no offense to Aridif.
There is no offense taken, as we understand that we are one. One moment we will step to the side for your, in your terms, Yet friend to come and give another speaking to. One moment, and let us remind you before we reconnect to Treble Yitni that you are loved. One moment.
Thank you.
Yes! Good evening, Jessica.
Hey, Treb, how are you?
Yes, I am doing very well. And how are you doing in this evening?
I'm feeling okay. I'm awake, which is good. I'm just checking in. Tell me something cool.
Yes, let us express to you that within an idea that will be especially exciting for you, we have now connected to a race of entities that are of a third density nature. The second density entities that once they were, that they have now evolved into, are derived from the entities that you would perceive to be very similar to your Earth horse. And in these horse entities, as they have grown, as they have expanded into third density consciousness, perhaps in your mind they would look very funny to you. And we know that you will especially appreciate this concept.
I really do. So third density horses.
Yes, this is very similar.
That is really cool. And I have horses. That's why you thought that would be really exciting. And you were correct. Very good. Thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Any messages from our mutual friend?
Yes, there is an expression that in the vicinity that you are co-creating in, that there are entities that are coming to you or around the general and generic area that are not of fitting vibration to co-create with. In that specific time and moment that you wish to co-create your experience, the one specific day, time, and experience, all of these entities that were wishing to co-create with you, there is one that is specifically in your direct vicinity that was not of a very high vibration when it looks at the idea of feeling that he does not understand or know. And in that specific idea, this was creating a resonance.
Was this the insectoid?
No, this is not within the specific area of consciousness of themselves, but in the specific area of consciousness upon your own planet.
Oh, I understand. Okay, so you still have to work on that. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you
are
soon.
very welcome. Yes, I wish to express to you as well that as your journey continues to look within yourself, the journey looks to co-create ideas, that if you are able to relax upon one specific concept of expectations, to try to let go more so of the ideas of wishing and desiring only one specific outcome in a future reference or a future point, that this will help co-create an alignment within your own self that will also help manifest, although specifically in this specific incident, it was not the specific case, but it also added energy to this concept.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Thank you. I'm glad I called.
Yes, you are very welcome.
All right, thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Yay.
Yay. Horse people, yay.
Well, I'm glad you're able to get that in before the melatonin got to you.
Yeah, I've got about another 3 minutes.
Way past your bedtime.
It is. Well, good talking to you.
You too, and check out Chicken In too.
Yeah, she's been in bed for about 4 hours now. Welcome.
All right. Well, love you. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, and we have one last caller with a hand up. We're going to take 832. Who do we have with us this evening, 832?
Hi, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing real well. This has been a really good show. I haven't got to listen to all of it, but from what I've heard, it's been quite nice.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Did you have a question for...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you
I guess, is it okay if I ask Aridif?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, Treb.
One moment, please. We are now back without hesitation, without subsequent issues. You may resume your question whenever you are ready.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to... My name is Chris, by the way. And
yes, greetings, Chris.
Greetings to you. And I'd like to ask, I feel as if I have hybrid children, and I'm wondering if I have connected with them, if I do have any.
Yes, we are looking in your energy in this moment. We have found 2 that are possible, 3 that are probable, 2. The number that we found are 2, and they are what you would call hybrid children. There could be many more, but these 2 are standing within your energy more. They are coming from a race that is gray by nature. Most of you would call these entities perhaps Zeta Reticuli in their own forms representing that of parallel humans. In these entities' experience, they were not able to procreate, and they are working on the 4th specific hybrid race that they wish to impart by raising and letting their own procreation go through DNA manipulation. Now, in this specific desire, these entities have connected to you twice. Both of these connections resulting into a child. Both of these children are existing in an age that is not specifically familiar to you. The way that they experience time is not that of the same that you do, so they are not in age specific to the time and date in which they were born in your linear time. Let us express that one of these entities are of the age of approximately 21. The other is that of an age that is approximately 13. First of all, before we dive into further, we must express that in these ages, 13 and 21, both of these specific ages, the maturity level of these entities are much greater than those upon your own planet in ways of universal understanding, in ways of galactic understanding, in ways of energetic exchange when it comes to connecting with humans, especially those who are either connected through oversouls or more so connected to those who are genetic and biological parents and benefactors of all of the information that they wish to share. What other questions do you have of your 2 hybrid children?
Have I seen them in dreams? And then 2, what would be the best way to connect to them?
You have not only seen them in dreams, you have also had non-remembered physical state visits. The way that these are interpreted are by removing specific portions of your memory by design. Both of these entities are not within the belief system alignment that allows them to interfere with your own physical reality. Their desire to see you is much greater than their desire to not physically be here. So they circumvent this by removing portions of your memory in that one moment, and they have both been able to experience you physically. More so in the dream state, they are connecting very frequently. What we can suggest to you is something that Treb or Yitney has suggested for the previous times in your specific learnings, and in these specific messages or directions that he has given have come out to be quite useful for most humans. What we suggest is laying down with sleep-oriented idea and intent within your mind, relaxing physical body, individually portions of your physical body, independent from whichever desired format you wish to use, whether it be from toe to head to toe, whichever of these work most greatly for you, please use. Now, after your physical body has become rested, an intent must be placed. I wish to remember the specific interaction with my hybrid children. This is the elongated version. Simplify it as you wish. As long as the intent is there to communicate and remember the communication, use whichever words fit your discernment best. It is not important what the specific words are, but the intent and energy behind them. Using this will help you build a bridge from yourself to them in a dream state, and will help bring forward a greater understanding not only of your part in the interaction with them, but more so an interaction within yourself that needs to be understood for growth in your own existence. We wish to express to you that through all things external, you can use as supplements to be able to find what is wrong within you and to help transcend that specific energy. Knowing this, you can be aware in your own mind you are loved.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your call.
All right, you guys have a good night, and thank you for all the thanks for taking my call, and have a great evening.
You too. We love you.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing evening. Aridif, is there anything that you wanted to add to tonight based on all the calls?
Yes, and we appreciate your understanding of our desire to speak forward. What we can express to you in this evening is one simplistic term. What we wish for all of you who wish to have greater understandings of yourself to know is that in yourself lies a very strong power. This power has been pushed down throughout centuries of your collective consciousness for a reason. Your oversoul desires this by placing a leverage within yourself, knowing that you have power that can help you manifest the greater things that you desire is one way to do this. But by looking upon yourselves as weak, as looking upon yourselves as overpowered, as looking at yourself by unempowered, then you only bring more of this to yourself. By understanding the true nature of your power within, you may always understand the greater portions of the true selves that you are. Knowing this, we wish to express to you from our race to yours, from the galactic collective to yours, from myself to yours, that you are loved. We bid you adieu in this evening, and we must remind you once again that you are loved.
You are loved too, Aridif. All right, everybody. While Rob comes back too, I am going to play a little song for you that I've played before. It's let me find it. We'll take a tiny little break before we resume. Kalina, writing my name, funny. Hari, Beats on a Heartfelt, beautiful, beautiful song I found on YouTube. So this is a free one. So if you type that out, you'll be able to find that. I believe it's on Audio Pad, if I remember correctly. So Hari, Hari, Beats on a Heartfelt. And Rob, if you could hit mute on your side. I will go ahead and play this song, and we will be back in just 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We love you guys. We'll be right back.
Hello, hello. We are back, and we've got the great and wonderful channeler, awesome, in my opinion, the best, most awesome man in the whole world.
Thank you very
Rob
much.
South here.
Mm-hmm. And you're the greatest sunshine and radio show host in the world.
Oh, baby. How can that be possible? You have your own show, too.
I know. Go figure, huh?
All right, sorry for the blood sugar spike, guys. You're like, oh, God.
You have diabetes. Turn the radio off now.
The Venus guy is going to come after us now. You guys are a health risk. Oh, well, hopefully some of you guys find Sappy cute. So anyway, baby, how are you feeling now?
Feeling fine.
Feeling good?
Feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes you remember a little bit of the trance channeling. Did you remember anything at all from tonight?
Not today. Once you start discussing it, I might cue a memory.
Oh gosh, it was just really amazing. We had some wonderful dear friends call in. Guess we've got Patrick. Of course, we had Jessica and Lap Chicken.
Oh wow.
We had Dwight, David, Chris. We had a lot of people come in.
Nice.
Oh, and Sharon.
Sharon too,
we had
huh?
A lot of people.
Nice.
So, really amazing. Everybody that had their hand up that I could see got in. I see one person raised their hand at the end, so I'm sorry I didn't get to you. But remember, if any of you guys, I see Yarn 59. I'm sorry we didn't get to your call tonight. I saw you raise it after. But next week I will be on what was supposed to be my relaunch. So today is like the unofficial day. We just decided at the last minute. But no worries. Next week, the first hour, I'm going to be talking about my experience in the hospital because it wasn't all bad. It really was an intensely spiritual experience for me. Believe it or not, I have connections that I experienced with some very dear entities, which I shall reveal next week, that have a connection to Treb and Aridif, but they're their own. It's different. It's another collective, and I will be talking about that, and then just some other topics near dear to my heart. And then on the second hour, we are going to bring Rob back to channel Aridif. For anybody that wants to ask any questions, and of course, if you want to talk to our dear Treb, you can also ask him questions as well. So mark your calendars for October 24th. What's been amazing about this month, that we've had quite a bit of channeling this month, right? Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, also the week after that.
Yeah.
Halloween special.
Oh yes, I will be having my radio show on Halloween. So for those of you that are at home giving out candy, although I don't know many kids that go out at 9 o'clock at night these days. I was one of those kids that did,
A lot of listeners will be out about 6 at night on the West Coast.
Oh, that's true. Yes. And then we've got everyone around the world. So if you want to celebrate Halloween with us, please join us for a spectacular evening. Yes, and also that happens to be my mom's birthday, so I have to give a little shout out to her on Hallows Eve. So that'll be really, really fun. But yeah, I'm just excited to be back, guys. I love you all. I know I'm like just flying all over the place. I'm just very happy to be back, and I really appreciate all the love and support that you all have shared with me. And is there anything else you wanted to share, sweetheart?
The only thing I could think about that has to do with something that we're both doing and or the shows is next year we are going to be in Los Angeles about August or September for the Channel Panel 2. We've got Wendy Kennedy and Lee Harris who are coming, and we possibly have more. We believe some great, huge names are going to be there. So just wanted to put that out there, that's something that we're excited about, and we're in the process of making right now.
Look forward to. We're just in the process of building the foundation for that, so to speak. So that's very exciting.
Yes.
So and then more events and things coming up to stay tuned in. I also want to say to all the Treb fans out there, since I'm back officially working again out of hiatus, I will be putting out some new Treb videos soon, which I know all of you are, I'm assuming all of you are excited about. I know I am. But there's some new Aridif videos that Rob put out, instead Treb put out. Wouldn't that be funny? I'll put out Treb videos and Aridif can put out Oh no, artists can put out Rob videos. I'm getting all confused now. That's what happens when you're kicking it in the same oversoul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know who's what because I'm everybody. And everybody. Sorry. My head is just in the clouds tonight, but, you know, that's okay. Who doesn't love a rambling talking head?
I for sure enjoy looking at that wonderful talking head, so.
Oh.
Thank
you. We post it for everybody. Oh. Well, this has just been really amazing. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight and calling in, and I see there are a lot of people that also listened as well. So I oftentimes, you know, when I listen to channel work or I've gone to events, I'm many times, almost all the time, one of the ones that doesn't ask a question because it always ends up getting answered through someone else. So it's amazing, the connection, the synchronicity. Although in rare times, I do ask those questions, but it's just been a magical evening, and I want to thank all of you for co-creating that with us. I wanted to ask Rob, should we play this for them as a little treat going out?
It's a little longer than the time we got left.
Oh, I see. So, well, maybe we can save that bit for next time, or artists can explain it live. It's just on the topic of ascension. You know, that little tiny topic.
Yeah.
But sorry, we kind of ran out of a little time on that. But we will get into that next week. We'll get more Aridif time in. But stay tuned for more Treb videos. I also want to say for anybody who's waiting for their sessions, if you haven't heard back from me, you've emailed me because I am resuming the scheduling, but there's like a whole backlog of things. If you want to shoot me another email, please do. Go ahead. If I've missed you, we've been trying to catch up with everything. It's been crazy since, it kind of slowed things down. So we appreciate your understanding, but please feel free to write to me now and let me know if you've been waiting, and we will get you guys in as soon as possible. And what I'm going to do is take you guys out with a wonderful song. I am going to play something by Maria Leonard and Diamond Setter. And just, again, I want to thank everybody. I know it's been for the millionth time, but we love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful night. And I will see you next week. Much love. And as Aridif would say, you are loved.